What's going on, guys? Greek Freak here, and in this video we're going to be talking about the breaking news, which is Jimmy Butler wanting out of the Minnesota Timberwolves, expressing the fact that he is frustrated with the young players, and in particular, I guess, Karl Anthony Towns, as far as their nonchalant attitude towards the game of basketball. As we all know, Jimmy Butler is a very intense basketball player, and just before I get into this video, I want to remind you guys that in order to get notifications of my next upcoming videos, to make sure that you subscribe and hit the bell button, as that notifies you of all of my upcoming videos. But back into the video, as Jimmy Butler expressing that that's not the only news. Of course, the other news is that he wants to team up with Kyrie Irving. Now, as far as what that could mean, I'm going to be talking about most likely 3 different teams that would make sense for them to actually end up going to. Now, one of the most difficult ones would probably end up being to the Boston Celtics. Now, as we all know, the Boston Celtics, of course, are in much talks about trying to get a Kawhi Leonard. It's small talk, probably not very likely, as they're not really looking to get rid of a lot of things for a small chance at Kawhi. But if so, to get Jimmy Butler, it would be very difficult with the amount of cap space they would have. So they would have to tear up the team a little bit. Now, how much they'd be willing to do that, I'm not very sure. But I think the fact that that combination would be very good. We know the fact that they're very much friends from the Team USA experience in the Olympics in Rio in 2016. So I think the fact that they have very good chemistry as far as off the court. We know the fact that they're obviously hard workers with plenty of playoff experience. As far as game-winning shots, I think that both of them are very good in close-in situations. And the fact that just altogether, that could really just work out in Boston. If it would be to move on to different teams, I think the fact that what would be another one could be, as far as another team, would be going to the Chicago Bulls. Now, the Chicago Bulls have a lot of cap space as far as to be freed up for the next upcoming season, as they have right now a good amount of veterans as far as their key pieces that they can easily dispose of when it comes around to the next upcoming season. They have plenty of young talent as far as in marketing. Their new center, as in Carter Williams Jr., and you also have in, of course, the young talents that was already there. He has the experience there. The only problem that I would see with that would be, of course, the coach, which we know the chemistry issues as far as that has went, and whether or not Jimmy Butler would be willing to go back to the Chicago Bulls in that situation. And, of course, there's situation number 3, which I think is pretty much, it could be very likely, which is the New York Knicks. A very big city. We know the fact that both of them really want high-end branding. So this is the reason for these 3 places in the first place. Now, New York obviously will have the cap space that they can easily move up for as far as in multiple places. Their one weak point that I would have to say would have to be as long as they don't sign up more major deals. As we know, they're stuck with the Joakim Noah deal, which is sort of as close to the Luol Deng deal that was done with the Lakers. So they're going to be stuck with that contract issue. But after that expires up, they'll have plenty of space. They signed Enes Kanter to a 1-year deal as he opted in to his contract, so they're not going to be tied down to him. So there's plenty of cap space, big city. David Fizdale, a new head coach, which I think the fact he's well respected as far as from NBA players with what he could do with the Memphis team, and I think with high-end talent, he could really do pretty good there. But guys, tell me what your guys' thoughts are on this news as far as Jimmy Butler. Do you think where do you think he'll end up going? Do you think he'll team up with Kyrie Irving? Do you think that they could stay with the Celtics, move on to a different city, or will they go separate ways? He'll stay in Boston or something like that. But tell me what you guys' thoughts are. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like and subscribe to become part of the Greek Army today. And as always, this is Sparta. We'll be right back.